Hi guys, it's Marielle and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Today I'm going to be revealing my one little word for 2022. So if you'd like to know which word I picked and why and see me draw it in my bullet journal, keep watching. All right, so if you're not familiar with the one little word concept, it was started by Ali Edwards a while back. And basically what it is you choose a word for the year that's like your intention for the year. So it's a way to like prioritize what's important in your life, move you forward in your goals, just one word that you really want to encompass the whole year. And I love doing this because I love looking at it throughout the year and just really kind of refocusing. And it has really helped me. And it sounds so silly, but it really does seem to do something to help you out in your goals. So this year, well, before I get to this year's word, let me just tell you the previous year's words. And what I like to do in these videos is show you the little, I used to make little signs. So I wanted to show you the signs I made every year. I started doing it in 2019. But since we just moved and everything's in boxes still until my basement's done, I could not locate all of the signs that I made. So unfortunately, I only found one, and that is my first word that I ever had of the year, and that's from 2019, and that was forward. So basically in 2019, in 2018, my husband passed away from ALS. And if you're new to my channel, you may not know that. So my goal for 2019 was to move forward and sort of create a new life for myself. And so during the year, when I got a little stuck or felt a little bit off, I would kind of look at this and just think, okay, you're moving forward, give yourself grace. You know what I mean? Like, take one step at a time. So that really did help me. In 2020, my word of the year was peace. And I was feeling just really overwhelmed in my life at the time, and still feeling that way, by the way. But so I wanted to choose a word that kind of encompassed the way I really wanted to feel, and that was peaceful. And so that was my word of that year. Last year, my word, I had two words actually. I selected two words last year because I just could not decide on one word. So last year, my words were build and balance. And it was going pretty well with both of them, but last year was a very, very crazy year in my life. There was a lot of upheaval and a lot of things went on in my family and in my life in 2021, to the point where build was becoming not a possibility. And that's why I did not achieve a lot of my business goals last year, because my life was kind of like thrown out of whack in so many different ways, some good, some bad, but 2021 was a really weird year for us in my family. So build got kind of put on hold. I did build up my social media presence and I built up my Patreon, but I wanted to do other things in my business and move forward with like exciting new stuff. And I just wasn't able to get there. But again, I'm giving myself grace because a lot went on last year. The word balance was basically because I knew that I was becoming overworked, and I knew that I worked too much. I knew that I was working long hours. I was working nights. I was working weekends. And sometimes I did not take a weekend off for like a month. And I needed to remind myself every single day that I need balance in my life. And I will say, having that word really helped. And last year, I really did create more balance in my life. And I feel more balanced with work and personal life. So I do feel better about that. And I'm still working on that sometimes, but I'm definitely making progress with the balance thing. So this year, like, listen, I told you a lot has gone on in my life. If you don't know, my son passed away in September, and it's just been kind of like and a lot happened before that. So I was trying to think of a word that would give me my intention for the new year. So the word I choose isn't really related to my grief, and that's because I kind of wanted to separate it and give myself sort of a new word that I could focus on that was separate from that. And if you've ever lost someone you love, you might relate to that. I don't know, but that's just how I'm feeling at this moment. And so it kind of encompasses it though, and I'll explain it as I'm drawing. So my word of the year this year is time. So I'm just going to start penning this in, and I'll talk about it as I go. Let's see. Should I use this? I think I'm going to use a micron. I really like the Pigma microns these days. Let's see. I kind of want my 12, but I lost it. Because of this move, I seem to have lost a lot of stuff. Anyway, this is a 10. I'll use a 10. And I'm just going to start doing this while I talk. Oh, and by the way, this year I'm not making a sign. Like I usually make something to hang up. And this year I decided that I am keeping this in my memory journal. So this is my Art Journal of A5 notebook that I use for memories. So every month I come in here. This was last year. And the reason I thought of this is because I did add these in last year. And I thought I really don't need a separate sign as long as it's in here. And I know my words, you guys. And I'm going to talk about like how I'm going to remind myself of my word too. But so it's just like memories throughout the year, you know, so every month has a different page. And I'm going to do a flip through of this at some point, but I am still back planning some stuff for this year. So because of like everything that's happened. Anyway, so I thought I would just keep it in this memory journal this time. So time. Let's talk about time. I don't know if I've heard people use that word for this, but so basically I am kind of feeling like, I don't know, I'm feeling unproductive. So I'm working a lot, you know, and again, balance and trying to work on that, but I am working a lot. However, I'm feeling like even though I'm working so many hours, I'm just not working smart. And I'm really working on like figuring out, batching my tasks and like things like that, you know, like time management stuff. And I feel like it is an issue. Now, if you don't know me yet, I have ADD. And so it's hard for me to manage my time. I've struggled with that my whole life, and I get off task very easily. Now, as a full-time content creator, like this probably isn't the best job if you have ADD, because this job has so many different tasks, and they're all over the place. Like so many different facets of this job and different streams of income and all that kind of stuff. And it's just so much to keep track of and so much to do, you know, all these little things. And I'm finding that I'm having like a really hard time lately. And I mean, especially now, I always have, but like with, you know, everything that's happened, I'm just feeling like my mind is kind of scattered lately. And so I think, so one of my main goals for this year is to get better at time management. And there's lots of things I can do for this. So I don't know if you've ever seen my sponsored videos by Skillshare. And they're not sponsoring this video, so I don't really even have to talk about it. But I've been taking a couple of little classes on Skillshare about time management and about productivity and things like that, because I want to learn more about that kind of stuff. You know, I just think that if I can figure it all out and manage it better, then I will be in better shape time-wise and be able to do more, you know, future projects and family stuff. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. Sorry I'm saying so much. But since it's bothering me so much lately, it's like seriously on my mind constantly that I feel like I'm just treading water all the time. And I don't know if you've ever felt that way. And I think I talked to you guys a little bit about this in like that anxiety page video that I made. But I feel like I am just getting nowhere. And I know that's not true. I know it's not true, but some days most days it really feels that way. So I need to figure out like how to let things go that aren't important and how to manage the things that are important. So that's pretty much why I chose this word this year. And we're going to talk in a minute about the specifics. So I was going to do a separate goal like video, but I don't think I'm going to do that. And it's really only because I'm running out of time. And I think I will do it at some point. But like probably not like this week or next week, because there's so many other like videos to go out in the new year. But as soon as I nail it all down and like start the process of working on my goals, you will hear me talk a lot more about goals, and I may do a dedicated video for that. All right, so let's outline these boxes. The reason I pencil in, I wanted to do like a small line and a big line, and I didn't do that. Okay, well, what if we bring this up and down and then make like a small line in the middle? I'll try that. So the reason I penciled these in before the video is because it's a very long process. And also I really like to kind of get my face close to the page, you know what I mean? So that I can really see what I'm doing when I'm penciling it in. It's kind of tricky when you're trying to do this under the lights and away from your page so that your head doesn't show. And I've talked about that in the past. Like it makes planning kind of tricky, you know, under the lights. But that's why I pencil it in beforehand so that I can just kind of do that. That got kind of weird, but this is doodly, so it's okay. I'm trying to decide if I should fill that in with color or not. I don't know that I want to. I'm considering like just doing black and white, but we'll see how I feel at the end. Okay. I don't know how I feel about like those. Maybe I want to do like another line. Maybe I'll just do this. And I'll erase all these pencil lines after, obviously. Okay. So let's go around the clock. So basically for this clock, I just took I had this right here. It's like my disc jar. And I just put it down on the page and traced it. And then it was like real bad. So then I just kind of cleaned it up. And I sort of want this to be doodly. I don't want like the circle to be exact. So it's not going to be exact. And I'm okay with that. I kind of prefer that. You know what I mean? So I'm just drawing like a little alarm clock. By the way, my first step at this time management thing, is I've been getting up early. So if you saw my self-care goal video from last year, was it last year or the year before? Like a goal was like get up at 7 every day, and I failed. I failed at that. But like I've been getting up at 6, you guys. I have been getting up at 6 o'clock. Today I got up at like 6:45 because I kept hitting snooze. But it's hard to like discipline yourself when you work at home and you work for yourself. So no one is telling me to get out of bed. No one is like nudging me, you know. No one's calling me saying I'm late for work. And so sometimes that can be kind of tricky because you kind of just do what you want. However, I'm going to do a skinnier one for these lines. However, I love my job. And since I love my job so much, it is easy for me to get out of bed because I'm excited to start my day. And I know that sounds weird, and I never ever thought that I would feel that way about a job because I've never have. But this one is like different. It's different, and I am loving it. Should that be longer, maybe? So I'm kind of making myself get out of bed early, and it's working so far. I've been doing it for like a week and a half, and it's working. So I'm really excited about that, actually. However, I should be going to bed early if I'm getting up early. And I am going to bed slightly earlier, but not as early as I should. So I know I need to do that, or I'm going to like burn out and get sick, and I don't want that. So here is just going to be goals for the year. And basically I'm just going to like jot them down, like quick goals here, just general goals. And like I said, I'm going to talk to you in future videos about how I am like being more specific and intentional with my goals, because you can write them down all you want, but like if you don't follow up with it, it's never going to go anywhere, because it's just so easy to like write it down and then forget about it. So it's going to be in my face in my planner every week. And I didn't do it in this week's plan with me. When you saw the big plan with me, I didn't do that. But I'm going to talk about it hopefully in the next one. I definitely do it after the pen, but I'm pretty much going to be devoting my sidebar to like my goal tracking every week. I think I have to like nail that down. Okay. So I broke this out into work and family because that to me that's the most important facets of time for me. So work meaning I want to be more productive, and family meaning I want to have balance and have quality time, because you guys, all you have are the people you love. Like you can work all day and all night, but what it comes down to is your family and your friends and the people who care about you and who you care about. That is the most important thing in life, and your health. So it's easy to forget about that sometimes. And it takes a tragedy to slam in your face and tell you that, hey, pay attention to these people. They are not going to be around forever. And so I really want to work that into this. So let's talk about work first. I'm just going to write a little paragraph, I guess, here, because that's not really going to be goals. Let's see. I'm just going to write, what should I write? I want to learn more about time management. By the way, I'm going to be doing like videos on this throughout the year, since this is my goal. I'm going to make it like a video thing so that I can teach it. So if I learn it, I'm going to teach it, and then you guys will benefit, but I'll benefit as well, because it's a reminder to me to keep going with it, I want to learn more about time management. Let's see. Batching tasks. Time blocking. Etc. To increase productivity and build the business. Okay, so that's that part of it. Now, family. I want to work smarter and be more productive in order to work less and spend more quality time with my family or with the people I love. So when we're talking about time here, we're talking about family time. I don't just mean like sitting and watching TV. I want to focus on intentional quality time. And it doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be a trip or whatever. But I want to focus on doing things with my family that mean something and that we can enjoy together. Because it's, like I said, it's very easy to forget these things, and it's very easy to just, do what you always have done. But I want to do more than what I've always done. And I wish, I wish I could get time back and change things and do things differently. And I want to focus on this because it's so important. And I don't want any regrets. That's all. I don't want any regrets. And this is my reminder that life is precious and that people are only around for a short time. And you don't know how long that time's going to be. And I'm not trying to make this video depressing. I'm just trying to explain what I'm thinking about all this and my process and why I chose these words. So those are the main reasons. I want to build a business. And wait, let's talk about goals. Okay. First we'll do family. Okay. So more quality time with family. And friends. I'm going to add in friends because I really don't see friends enough or talk to them enough, Okay, so more quality time with family and friends. How do I word this? Feel more. Actually, I was going to say more at peace, but really it's reducing the feeling of overwhelm. I'll just put more at peace and less overwhelmed. A lot of my being overwhelmed is anxiety and ADD. But I want to try to do what I can, learn the tools to improve upon it. It's always going to be there, but I need to do what I can do to reduce it. And that's kind of a goal for this year. Okay. So, and then, I have two more. Okay. Build the business. And again, I'm not being specific here. I am going to get more specific in my planner and in another video. Build the business meaning, finally get my sticker book going, all that kind of stuff, the goals I have for the business. And let's see, I'm just going to put achieve business goals. Well, I'll just do achieve goals. Okay. And then the last one is transform our home, because as you might be aware, if you are a regular viewer of my channel, we are finishing the basement currently, and I'm going to be doing lots of home renovation projects this year. And that's another reason why I want to have better time management skills, because I don't want to work more than 9 to 5 so that I can have time for these other projects and DIY stuff and all of that. And it takes a long time, and these decisions and buying stuff and planning it and then actually doing it. And it all takes so much time. And I want to make sure I have the time to do that. So my focus this year is building the business further, achieving some of those goals that I have for the business, and transforming this house while still having enough time to really spend time with family. And part of it is going to be, okay, hiring a house cleaner. We don't have a house cleaner at this house. I did have one at my other house. And that's like the nitty gritty stuff that's going to be broken down, that I'm going to break down on another sheet. But like hiring a house cleaner so that I don't have to spend, all of this time keeping up with the house, because the house is big. My house before was like 1,100 square feet. Not even, almost. And it was little. And I still had a house cleaner, but like I could have cleaned that. This house is like 2,700 square feet. And now we're adding a basement. So it's going to be, over like 3,000 some square feet, maybe almost 4,000 square feet. It's going to be a lot. And I'm not going to be able to do all that and still have time for this other stuff. So that's one thing that hopefully as I build the business and make more money, that will kind of get easier money-wise. But I'm going to be doing little things to save time throughout the year. And so that is going to help me with this stuff. And I'm going to brainstorm and talk to you about time-saving skills and tips and all of that kind of stuff. So I will be doing a few videos throughout the year. Hopefully, I'm going to be doing like one per quarter as I, kind of learn this stuff and put this stuff into practice in my life so that you can see what I've done and so that it will hold me accountable. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Should I color it in? First, I'm going to erase these lines and then we'll decide. I hate that when I erase lines, my entire desk moves. Do you see that? It is so annoying in videos. I watch it, I'm just like, oh, that's so annoying. But not much I can do about that. So I'm thinking, do I want color? If I do, it might be pink. I love pink, but I used that last year for my word of the year, so I don't know. Let's just do this and see. I love this memory journal, but like I haven't been good at keeping up with it the last few months, and of course I have an excuse, but I really do love it, and I love having it, and like I can't wait for like the future when it's all filled up and I can see, and I don't know how many years that are going to be in here, but like it's going to be really fun to see it fill up, and then I can just flip back through it and see what's happened in my life and when it happened. Like I've always wanted to do that. I think that's really fun and kind of useful to know what things happened when. It's also a good keepsake for like, my kids. So I don't know. It's kind of cool. All right. So I'm wondering if I need to put anything like here, because that space is like screaming at me because I did not center this right, which is why I put the dots there. That's the little trick. If you don't center it, just put something else there in its place. Why don't I just do some of those little these thingies, little sparkly things. That's another thing I do when I feel like I'm things aren't centered. I'll do little sparkles and stars and stuff just to kind of fill a space. Yeah, it's kind of what I do. Just, it makes it easier to, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to talk to you while I'm doodling. All right. Maybe just a couple more. All right. That's good enough. And then we'll put a couple over here because let's match it, shall we? All right. Okay, so I feel like I want time to be colored, but I don't want this to be colored. What color should we do it in? Should I use colored pencil maybe? Let's see. Let me grab my colored pencils. So this box says Arteza, but it's actually all my colored pencils together. I just threw them all in a box. I love the Arteza ones, but I also love the Prismacolor ones. They're all good, really. I'm thinking yellow, and I don't know why. Oh, wait, let me show you my my year. Did I show you my year page? So I did this before I did this. And then this is going to be, so there's my December page, okay, with my December memories. And then this is going to be the like year at a glance, the overview of everything that happened in all the months. But I haven't done it yet. Mainly because some months were so hard, and I a lot of other months, some exciting things happened, but like some months are so hard. So I don't know how to do it yet. And I don't know if I'm strong enough to do it yet, but I will. And when and I'll show you. So that's what this is, like January, February, March, April, May. It's everything that happened each month. And it's so fun to have that page to look at. But I'm not strong enough yet to write about it. So what I usually do when I create, well, I've only created this page once, but what I did when I created this page was I looked back through my photos. That was the first thing I did. And then I looked back through my planners and my online calendar. And so those are the main three things I did. And if you look at your pictures on your phone, you pretty much have like a record of your life and what happened each month. So that was pretty easy. And of course, I've got my planners and they tell me everything. So I'm going to do this. I'm just not ready yet. Once I finish this page and do the back planning for the months that I missed, I am going to come back on and I'm going to give you a flip through so far of this planner, but I'm just not ready to do that yet. So it may be another 6 months. It might be before that. It might be longer than that, but I'm not ready. So that's what that page is going to be. And then this page is my, hello page for the year. And I love it. I could have combined the time page with this, but I wanted to do a separate page on my Word. I love this. I use the align stickers and it's just like kind of fun, and just, I don't know. I put in some words that I was thinking about using the word transform this year, but I changed it to time. I just love like having like little words that mean something to me in there. So that was fun. Okay. So is this the color that I want? Let's just do it. This is an Arteza pencil in sunflower color. So maybe I want to like do an ombre sort of look and do really dark down at the bottom, like here, really pigmented, and then like bring it up. And I have like a blending brush, a blending pencil that I will blend that up in a minute. Yellow is my favorite color, FYI. Look at this. Sometimes I switch it, but like in general, my favorite color, most of my life has been yellow, but it's this golden yellow. I don't like bright like lemon yellow so much, but I really love like a sunflower or like a dandelion or a bumblebee yellow, It just makes me happy. It's cheery and I don't know. There's something about yellow that I love. That being said, I don't love yellow clothing as much. I don't think I look great in yellow. But, yellow t-shirts maybe. So I do love it though. And then I like pink and green too. Different shades of pink and green, not like any shade of pink and green. I'm particular about my shades. Okay. So now let's grab a blender pencil. Is it in here? It might be, or I can use white. Should I just use white to make it easy since it's right here? Let me just take a look. Oh, here's the blender. But it's got like stuff on it. Let's just get that off. I'm writing on something on the side here. I'll take that off. Because sometimes, I actually probably should sharpen this too. Sometimes when you like do it, it gets like the color on it, So basically I'm just going to blend it together and it brings that up to the top there. And my whole desk is moving again. Nice. I'm just going to leave like part of the top white. You have to be careful with this blending pencil too. Sometimes it picks up some marker too, and you don't want to do that. All right, let me just take this and color like this part a little. Take the white. I messed that up a little. Oh well. I think part of time management for me this year is also letting go of perfectionist tendencies. And I kind of talked about that before. I'm getting better at it with my planner spreads, and I'm going to try to continue that this year in a lot of ways. And hopefully it will help some time issues. I kind of messed that up at the top. You see, like I tried to bring up the color, but now it's like darker in those spots. But you know what? It's still cute. I don't really care. Maybe I'll just like, you know what I'll do? I'll just kind of bring this up a little more so it's more matching up there. Bring it across. Good enough. At least we have like dark yellow at the bottom, lighter yellow at the top, and it looks bright and cheery for the new year. Now, the question is, should I use yellow anywhere else on the page? I kind of want to do it here, but I kind of don't at the same time. Do you get what I'm saying? You get my predicament there? What if I just did, let's do this. That way it's going to bring in a little bit of color, but it's not going to be like the whole thing. And we'll see how I feel. I think that's good because it just brings it in a little tiny bit. The rest I'm going to leave alone, I think. I kind of like just pops of yellow. Maybe like these. And then I think that's good. I think unless I put, see, here I go. Unless I do like yellow lines here. Sometimes I really just like a black and white spread with pops of color, you know, and not too much color in it. All right, I'm leaving it alone. Okay, I love this page. It's cute and it just kind of encompasses everything I wanted to, you know, focus on for this year. I might still like put something up on my bulletin board as well when I set up my office, but since I didn't have anything set up yet and I'm not gonna have my craft room done for like a couple months, I wanted something that I can see now because I don't really have any place to put anything up where I'm sitting right now. So I thought my memory journal would be perfect. Okay, now let me know what your word of the year is and if you've decided on it. And I'm always interested when I post these videos just to see what people's words are and why they chose them. What do you think about the word that I picked? And I always read your comments. I can't respond to all of you, but I appreciate it when you guys comment. I do read them all. I'm always kind of on my phone refreshing comments and just seeing what you guys are talking about. So, by the way, Happy New Year to everyone who watches my videos. You are appreciated and loved, and I could not do this without you. So thank you. I hope you have a wonderful year, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.